How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm having a great time here in Myanmar. They are the nicest people I've ever encountered on the planet, and I've met plenty of nice people.
How's the coronavirus over there? Like, are there people infected?
So, uh, 3 weeks ago now, they finally recognized the first cases. We are at around 25 count now. Two options. So, of course, there are like thousands more. And they just don't have the capacity to make diagnoses and tests. Until a couple of weeks ago, only 8 hospitals in the whole country were allowed to test for corona.
Really?
But we have two options. One is the one that is less likely, but we all hope for. In January, so many people took a flu, and so many people died of flu unnaturally. So there might be the possibility for this coronavirus to have happened already in January, and now it's going away. Second option is just starting, and it's only going to get worse. So next week is Tinjan, the new year. So as a prevention, they say, okay, lockdown, you can only allowed outside to do your groceries. The government is doing a great job in reassuring people. They are like advertising a lot that they are distributing food and aid to whichever person needs it. Probably the coverage will not be that great, but they are communicating very well, and the people here really trust the government. So panic has not happened. Only in international supermarket, pasta has disappeared. The one good you cannot find anymore in Yangon is pasta. But for the rest, everything is still available. But a long-term lockdown has not been discussed yet, and I really hope they will not do it, because here people have greater problems than corona. They live on a daily basis, like they work on the street and what they need to get food for the day, and then it will all happen again the day after. So if you just put a lockdown, all these people, they have no jobs, no place to go, no way to buy food, and it would be a big different.
It'll be super tough in countries like that. And also, there's a chance in countries that are developing, there's much more of a chance of civil unrest if people are forced to stay home and they don't have money and they don't have food, because what are they going to do?
Exactly, they have no alternatives. And also here, that they try to delay testing and confirming cases as much as possible, because if we come up to the state of emergency, the military will gain power back, and then they will not know what will happen and what they will do. So that's not another variable that needs to be taken into consideration. If I go downtown or I take a taxi, the taxi driver would freak out because they see I'm a foreigner and they are afraid that you have been traveling and have a contact with foreigners, or you're bringing the virus in. People in my neighborhood really couldn't bother. So it really depends on where you're based. As long as you're not downtown, and also my colleagues who are working from home from other places other than Yangon, they say that besides the big city, Yangon and Mandalay, nobody cares. So I still have to understand whether they are just not aware of what's going on, or they just don't care because they have greater problem and they stood in the past. I mean, tuberculosis here is a big deal, and tuberculosis is so much worse than coronavirus in proportion.
Oh, for sure.
They have the military dictatorship and everything. So I also think they are not super concerned. There is this thing that they believe that Myanmar Burmese diet and lifestyle prevent coronavirus, and I don't think it's the best information you can spread. But at the same time, they are really confident, and panic has not happened yet. So there have been a couple of episodes that I came to know. Like a friend of mine was moving to a new apartment, and his neighbor, when he arrived with the luggages and everything, his neighbor prevented him from entering the building and sent him away because he's European and don't want the coronavirus. But those are really isolated episodes, right? Most of the people around here wouldn't care. I think the only people that are a little bit more concerned are taxi drivers, because they are not safeguarded at all. They cannot buy so many masks, and so many people, hundreds of people come in their own car and they breathe in such a small place altogether. So most of the time when I enter a cab, they ask me where I'm from. They panic a little bit at the beginning. I'm not saying I'm Italian, I think it's the wrong choice.
Do you have a message for the world?
Okay, I don't want to be the super boring environmentalist, but guys, in the last generation, all the worst diseases came because we invaded the habitats in the natural space. So think about malaria, you increase deforestation, mosquitoes thrive. and the proportion between deforestation and increase in mosquitoes that can infect you with malaria is incredibly like unbalanced towards like positively for mosquitoes. Ebola, HIV, they all come because we interfere with the ecosystem. We cannot think about going on like that. Like, come on, we are just like, it's physics. You cannot keep on growing indefinitely because the planet is there and resources are limited. So please restrain your lifestyle just a little bit for the sake of everybody.
Don't forget to smile.